Hello, boys and girls and children of all ages. Fat Bastard Wannabe Buddha coming at you today. Today's just going to be a brief little vlog, and I'm quite curious about why the prepper, and it's basically going to be about the prepper community, and why the prepper community is basically taken over by a bunch of right-wing zealots and wingnuts and crazies and loons. It's almost like the little mini militia fun meets the old Klan meets the old white supremacists. It's just this strange hybrid of fellow travelers of the 1990s gun circuit. You know, they seem to be all running around. When I grew up in a small little rural town, every season around Marchish, because when the last portion of the winter had come and gone in South Carolina, we pretty much would plow under the half an acre of land that we had and plant. And we would grow our vegetables and plant straight out until around late September, early October, and then we would spend a whole month of late September and October, and started actually in August and July when we started doing our first canning, but we would just basically can, and it was part of the tradition I grew up with, and the ability to hunt or fish or grow your own food or have a supply for a rainy day fund. Actually, for us, we were so for it wasn't a rainy day fund. It was actually a means of getting us through the winter, truthfully. But this was just normal repartee of what it meant to be of a certain generation, and a certain not just a certain generation, but a certain section of Americana. You know, people who actually really did remember the Great Depression, and it was really fresh in their memories, or actually remember how bad it was in the 50s. Especially in certain portions of the South. You know, there wasn't much growth or development there. And so we had, you know, what is considered a prepper. But nowadays, the prepper community, you know, there's no longer no Victory Gardens anymore. It's all basically right-wing zealots, Alex Jones, David Rense, or whatever the little guy with his hair. It's just almost $1 billion industry now that is catering to the most extreme right-wing portion of the nation. And, you know, you even got National Geographic shows talking about this. And they have their England on the History Channel. I've seen one of the guys I follow, and yes, I follow a lot of people that don't have politics similar to mine. I'm a left-winger. I'm proud of that. But I listen to some right-wing and some more of the conspiratorial folks here and there when I can stand it. I don't listen to the Alex Jones that much because that's just basically him and Glenn Beck are doing the same act, in my opinion. And it's basically talking points, and it's mainly to get the poor white crackers to chase down the wrong trails and worry about the government and everything else, while corporations basically pulls the plug on their wives and kids' future. So they're doing something else. But the whole prepping community, it seems, is nothing more. It's got bought into the same right wing, I don't know, snake oil salesman fund. It just seems like one giant, you know, circle jerk of, you know, email lists that they sell out to one another so they can sell you these get rich quick schemes, and the world's coming to an end. Please buy our newsletter and stock up on gold and whatever else nonsense they're selling at the time. And I'm quite curious, what happened to the organic growers? What happened to all the left-wing hippies that were into, you know, natural foods, or people like my mother and my grandmother who made it through, you know, really rough times and decided, hey, it might be a good idea to have a rainy day fund in your house, or, you know, store up and can, and actually knowing where your food comes from is sort of more of a left-wing idea than trusting big giant agricultural businesses to keep you freshly supplied with food. So that was my curious thought for the day. I'm curious, why do you think most of the prepping community has turned into a bunch of right-wing nutcases that look like they escaped from the 1990s militia gun tours of the 1990s, you know, arena gun sales. Anyway, hope to talk to you later. This is the Fat Bastard Wannabe Buddha. Thank you.